Hello, my name is Laurie Elmquist, and I have been reading from Where's Burgess. Um, I was a bit nervous when I first started to do this, but I think I'm getting the hang of it. I'm reading the book from Fairfield, which is a neighborhood that is located on the unceded territory of the Lekwungen peoples. So I'm very grateful to be here with you, and um, I wanted to just tell you that this book was dedicated to Clay, and that's my husband. So he's in the background, and he's being very quiet so I can record these chapters. So this is chapter 6, and I'll just start. Ruckle Park has campsites for tents, but it also has 8 spots for RV campers or old buses like ours. These sites are close to the hiking trail where Dad and I always set up. I've never been camping before with Mom. I'm not sure she knows what to do. You have to hang up the tarp, I say. Dad always does that first, so if it rains, we can go underneath it. I don't think it's going to rain, says Mom. Dad says it always rains. She rubs the corners of her eyes like she's tired. It's not going to be exactly like it is with Dad. Yeah, says Hazel. Mom has her own way of doing things. We cook under the tarp, I say. It keeps the food dry. Hazel goes inside and brings out the tent and the sack with the holes in it. She and I are going to sleep in the tent while Mom sleeps in the bus. Why don't you put the poles together? She asks. You like that job, right? I look down at the ground. We have to lay a tarp first. I'm not sure they know very much about camping. I wish Dad were here to show them how it all goes together. Hazel hands me the poles and I snap them into a straight line. She brings out both tarps. When I look around, Mom's gone inside the bus. Hazel shakes out the tarp and bark flies from its folds. Is she coming out? I ask. Later, says Hazel. When are we going to look for Burgess? I ask. Tomorrow, she says. I think Mom's had all she can handle today. I know how to make a Norwegian fire, I say, my toe nudging the fire pit. You start with the big logs first. You lay them tight, side by side. Then you pile on smaller ones, then sticks, then tiny shavings like a pyramid. Show me, says Hazel. We can make Mom a veggie dog. And that's how we spend our first night, looking for Burgess, not looking. But I figure he knows we're around. He probably heard the bus pulling in. I crawl into a sleeping bag. My sister's in the tent beside me, reading on her phone. Not using it as a phone is okay. I'll read to you, she says, not waiting for my answer. She reads some goofy book about vampires, but I don't listen to the words. I listen to her voice. It rises and falls. In the background, the frogs are singing. They're loud. They sound like 1,000 frogs, all singing the same song. They sound alive. When I get up in the morning, Mom's already frying bacon on the Coleman stove. She's got her hair tied in a green bandana. She looks happy. Slept like a log, she says. How about you? Yeah, I say. Are we going to look for Burgess today? You bet, she says. After we eat breakfast, we pack a lunch and hit the trail. We see a lot of things on our hike. We see geese swimming in the water, fluffball goslings following behind. We see arbutus trees, their pink bark peeling in the hot sun. We go down to the beach and throw rocks and collect a beach glass. Hazel puts the glass in a pouch. She makes jewelry and sells it on Etsy. Mom says Hazel is the entrepreneur in the family and I'm the artist. What are you? I had asked her. I'm the one who pays the bills. And Dad? Yeah, she says, him too. When I see the creek, I recognize it right away. It has a wooden bridge with some kind of steel grate on it, so it's not slippery. I remember crossing it with Dad. I climb down through the ferns to the edge. Wait, calls Mom, but I'm already down the bank and yanking off my boots. The water is cool on my feet. The rocks are slimy. I look for a brown frog. There are fish, and I even think I see something move, but it's an old rotting stick. Hazel walks in too. Burgess, she calls, where are you? Even Mom, who can't swim and doesn't like cold water, comes into the creek. She's wearing those river shoes with rubber soles. She has a pole for balance. It's quiet in the creek, except for my sister's voice, growing fainter as she walks downstream. Yoo-hoo, frog! Yoo-hoo, Burgess! It's nice here, says Mom. I can see why you like it. Yeah, it's a good place for a frog. Yeah. Even if we find him, would you want to take him back home? She asks. He did go to a lot of work to get here, what with the ferry and all, and the hitchhiking. I know what she's saying, but I don't like letting go of him. It feels like there's a hole in my heart that will never fill. He was the last thing Dad gave me before he left. I should have taken better care of Burgess. I'd put him in a bucket when I was outside cleaning his tank. When I turned around, he was gone. I climb out of the creek. It's no use. I'm never going to find him. Mom follows me, and we both sit down in the grass on the bank. There are daisies in the grass, and I pick one, yank off its head. Stupid daisies. Mom puts her arm around me and squeezes. Sometimes we don't get to keep things forever. I miss him. Even things we love very, very much. I nod. My mouth feels too tight to speak, and I'm afraid the words will come out all squeaky. But it's not so bad, just us three, right? She says. I swallowed hard. It was better with Burgess, but yeah, it's not so bad. Hazel is waiting on the bridge. Are we ever going to get out of here? She calls. I think we're ready, says Mom, getting up and pulling me with her. Back at the harbor, we park with all the other cars and trucks waiting for the ferry to arrive. In the pickup in front of us, a guy is giving his dog a drink of water. It's a huge St. Bernard with a slobbery tongue. It says we have Wi-Fi here. Can I check my phone? Hazel scrolls through all the messages she's missed while we've been off the grid. She goes on the internet and she squeals, there's your poster, she says. Look, it's Burgess's bulging eyes and outspread arms. He's trending, she says. He's been retweeted 1,739 times. It doesn't matter now, I say. But it means people care, says my mom. That's something. I lean back in my seat and stare out the window. Maybe she's right. Burgess was only a small brown frog, but he made an impression on people. There's a song, says my sister. Some guy is singing about your frog. I know, I say. That's you, she says. Then shows Mom the video. There's Reece. Mom takes the phone. Well, it certainly is. We all listened to the song a few times. It's catchy, and my sister says the guitar player has nice hair. Next weekend, we should go to Vancouver, I say. Hazel puts her phone away. We could visit Dad. If he's not fighting fires, says Mom. Yeah, I say. The ferry arrives, bumping against the dock. People start their cars. Mom starts the bus and it backfires, but this time no one scowls. As we drive onto the ferry, Hazel sticks her head out and yells, Goodbye, Salt Spring. The boat nudges out into the bay, the water pushing outward in ripples that expand and disappear. Goodbye, I say. Goodbye for now. One more chapter to go, so I'll see you soon. Have a nice day.